Okay, back at it again with this Milwaukee fuel brushless 3/8 ratchet, item number 2557-20. Milwaukee does the -20 just to let you know it's without the battery. If it's got a -21, then it includes the battery. This battery happens to be maybe a 3.0. Yeah, 3.2 watt hours is what it says. So this must be the 3.0 battery. Um, I buy tools used. This one I may have actually purchased brand new. I bought the 1/4 inch, the 1/2 inch, and the 3/8. The 1/2 inch is buried somewhere in my truck. Haven't found it since I bought it. Um, it's probably on a seat somewhere, hopefully. Um, it's brand new, never been used. Mostly because it's just too big. Um, I really like the 1/4 inch, but out here, in fact, in that red car right there, I left a box, a little blue box like that blue one. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little blue box right there, but I left the long one, and I just changed out. In that box originally comes some magnet 1/4 inch sockets, but I bought the shoot, what does the GP stand for? If you know what the GP stands for, please put it on the comments down below. Um, this is a great product. They did really well when they made these. See, these are the GP, but they're not solid sides. They're kind of gnarled, and these do really well with not stripping the bolts. And this is the 1/4 inch drive. This happens to be a 7/16, but this little kit right here is great. It's freaking perfect. It goes up to a 15. So the 15 millimeters right here, and not only does it have metric, it also has standard. So the standard actually goes up to 1/2 inch, which is really good when you're out on the road. So I've added just a couple extra things because it's always necessary to have spares. So you got the wobble head, which comes with the kit. It's like a $50 kit or so. I forget how much it is. Actually, this is a magnet version, so it's probably like a $100 kit. But I went down to Napa and I bought this 2-inch extension 1/4 inch because the one here's just a wobble head 2-inch extension 1/4 inch drive, and I have an extra, looks like a 10 millimeter. But this is actually an 8 millimeter socket because I lost the freaking socket inside one of these cars. I was working on something. Oh, I don't have the car here. I'm actually driving the car now because I changed out the water pump on a 2008. I changed the water pump out on a 2008 Ford Taurus. Pig pain in the butt. Water pump. Thanks Ford. Thanks a lot. The water pump's inside the timing chain, so you got to take everything off. I started in September and I just finished it about 2 weeks ago. It really is a 2-day, maybe 3-day project. If it's the first time, now I feel confident I can get it done in 2 days at most. Just because I've done it once already. But I did lose the 1/4 inch because freaking Milwaukee. I put a little attachment, not this 1/4 inch drive, but the actual 1/4 inch hex that goes on the impact gun. I put it on the side of the gun, kind of like this gun has the screw for it. But I put the socket here on the side with the 1/4 inch socket, the extension with the 1/4 inch socket. And when I got to where I was going, it was gone. And it was lost in the grass, I'm sure, because it just didn't grasp on properly, or I hit it, whatever the situation is. That one's gone. But I did take out the 1/4 inch drive sockets off that long box that I had from GP and put the magnets into that long box. The long box itself is like $100 on eBay, and I had the 1/4 inch ratchet and the impact driver. And for some silly reason, I think it was raining, but I accidentally left it in the back of this car. And this car, at the time wouldn't close. Now it closes because I bent the crap out of the hood, or the trunk. I mean, it was strapped down with the bungee cord, and I took the bungee cord off. And coincidentally, when this lot was cleared off of cars, thinking that by accident somebody checked out this vehicle, looked in the trunk, and found $600 worth of tools that are no longer mine. But I'm just still hurting from the financial loss that I have not invested in the 1/4 inch long box again. I will, and I'll probably end up getting another magnet set because the magnets are so helpful when you're trying to take stuff apart, or even trying to put in put new bolts in or whatnot into a vehicle where there's no room. The magnet sets really help out a lot. In fact, I have the magnet set for the standard and the metric. Standard, you don't really use it anymore. I guess in the 90s, if you happen to know what year, Ford finally got smart and said, you know, we're buying enough crap from China or Japan or wherever, Taiwan, that they're not making anything with metric anymore. I'm sorry, with standard. So I actually have the magnetic version of the 3/8 sockets as well. So those work out really well. And those little brackets that I have, see, I'll bring this over here because I have a bracket right here. This socket holder is freaking amazing. They're on Amazon. This is a 3/8. I bought the set that comes with the 1/2 inch, the 1/4 inch, and the 3/8. This happens to be 3/8. And so you put it on there and click it. It doesn't click, but you can feel it kind of hit, and it doesn't come out anymore. Now you can see these are missing because inside this bag, a lot of them have fallen out. I lost a 12mm. I don't know where it's at, and this one does not fit on this darn thing, so it does slide out all the time. Yeah, it just spins in there and it doesn't hold, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Amazon, if you're hearing me, please send me another one of these darn things. Here's my 9mm. Just a 10 size. Oh, right, good. I got my 10 there. I got my 11 here. I got my 12. I'm using the 13. And so in here I might have another one. I just found out that what's that new blue tool set that's out there at Walmart? They're promoting heavily. I forget what it's called. But there's a nice little blue tool set. They have a version of this. I don't know which one's longer. If you know, please put it in the comments. But they actually have a swivel head on it. Now it's $28, something like that at Walmart. I just saw it yesterday. But with all these extensions and whatnot, I don't know if it's worth buying that tool. First off, because it's so easy to go down to Harbor Freight Tools and exchange these. In fact, I need to exchange this one because if you can't see, one of these darn screws fell out. One of those screws fell out. Now it still works. That screw tends to hold this piece in there. I've had them fall out before. That one's kind of loose. I have to tighten them down every once in a while, but that one actually got ahead of me and it's gone. So eventually I'll need to go back down to Harbor Freight Tools and exchange it. It's super easy process. Just takes a little bit, an extra minute maybe, for the managers to come over, sign it off, and it's got a new version. And actually I bought this tool originally maybe 10 years ago where they still had the green handles. But Harbor Freight Tools, last time I went in there to exchange it for whatever, oh, this thing got stuck in the open position. I couldn't close it anymore. So they gave me the newer version, which is this Pittsburgh red handle, which I think may be a little bit longer. I don't really know. If you happen to know, please comment down below. Anyways, I've gone through my tool bag quite often. This is a 3030-G or 3030G. This one's great because it has the ABS systems, and it also tells you if it's ready for inspection, if the vehicle's ready for inspection. With the OBD2, I've passed a lot of vehicles with this thing because it'll let me know if it's ready instead of wasting my time going down there and then telling me it's not quite ready yet. You're gonna have to come back, you know, in a day or so. Ooh, always a good idea to have carb cleaner. Oh man, this tool right here, if you don't have one, you need to buy one. Amazon has them for about 20-30 bucks, but this is what you use to clamp the open up the clamps on hoses. And you can see how mobile this is, flexible, that you can get this just pretty much on any clamp. As far as the water hoses are concerned, gosh, I don't even know what else I have in here. Wow, I've ended up with 3 of these things. I think I keep on getting them for $1 or something like that, but during this rainy season, these things are so valuable because there's something in the air that just oxidizes batteries and the contacts with them, and batteries will just die. I got a bunch of random stuff in here. I got my voltmeter here, of course, Milwaukee. Just gotta trust Milwaukee. This one right here happens to be catalog number 2205-20. 2205-20. Works really well. It turns off by itself. The LED, if you're not looking at it straight on, it's really hard to see it. So even at a slight angle, you can't see it. And even in the dark, when this thing has a backlight and it's lit, the cables held up. They're starting to kind of suck as far as tearing in here that I do have to, maneuver it sometimes to actually get contact up in here, like the cables broke. This tool right here, great tool, 3/8 side, 1/4 inch side, and it locks too. And of course it's reversible because it's a ratchet size. This is the Pittsburgh Pro. That does really good. And that's pretty much all I have in this bag as far as tools. Oh, I do have a big set of channel locks. Irwin, I'm not sure why, but all my channel locks from Irwin, if you're listening, send me a pretty little cap that goes there. These are great tools. I would never buy anybody a different version than these vice grips. They're great. See how easy it is to open and close one-handed, and they'll lock. And then if you need to make them smaller, boom, that's it. So I know I've gone through some of these tools a lot already. Oh, look at that, 17 millimeter. I said sometimes in my bag just running around because daylight doesn't matter to me. I always have headlights available too. This happens to be Hyper Tough. Now, I didn't buy this. I got it probably out of a tool bag or a car that I bought and sold. There's terminals for batteries, always handy. Oh, here's another socket. This is what size? This is a 14 millimeter. Cool. So that little bracket there works well, but something like this is a little challenging to keep in place. I always use this brush. I haven't used it in years now, but I still carry it with me just in case. Good for cleaning off spark plugs or whatnot. I don't use it generally because I have a grinder, the Milwaukee grinder, the fuel version. I actually happen to have the non-fuel version too, just because I got a good deal. Here's a 19 and 18 millimeter. So you guys are actually helping me get my tool sets, my sockets back together. When it's raining, you're running, something like that, you don't have time to really organize. Electric tape, can ever go wrong with electric tape. Something to clean my hands. I don't like to throw these away until they're sopping with oil. I had this one guy helping me once, and I asked him for a towel. This guy pulled off like 4 or 5, napkins off the roll of these blue ones. I said, man, those things are they're not cheap, they're not expensive, but quite wasteful to toss them out like that. It's a cute little pick set from Craftsman. You can see how easy it is just to throw in your bag. This happens to be CMMT 14106, CMMT 14106, and it screws right into this handle here, the angle, the straight, a hook, and a 90-degree. That's what they happen to be. So those are always handy when you're taking apart electrical connectors. You need to clean something off. Oh, this little thing, I go to the junkyard and I'll just, this is something I just cut off a truck. I needed the wiring to see if a component worked at the junkyard. I decided to go ahead and keep this. So it's nice because it actually gives you the test lights to see if it's working or not. Random stuff that I have in here. I don't even know what this is from. I forget now, but cut off switch, maybe for a project down the road or something. That's what that is. I got a bunch of, I should have my socket set for my drill bits, but I used it last time. And again, it was raining. So I threw it down here, and here's my socket set. There's something else that's down in here that I'm supposed to put in my car. Oh, this is a great little tool right here. This Blue Point PWC224, and these are just wire strippers, but you can see the mouth move, and so it'll strip wires really nicely. Gets in there, and then there's a little wire cutter there too if you happen to need to cut your wires, which happens quite frequently. Just make sure it's only copper and multi-strand copper, because it'll probably destroy the teeth if you use a single strand like a 10 gauge copper wire for home use. This thing says max of 12 gauge, max length of 5/16, and 20 to 20 gauge, actually 12 to 20 gauge. That's what it says right up here, 12 to 20 gauge, but you can Google all that. I'm not sure what this little red thing is for, probably just aesthetics, doesn't seem to do anything. I've never messed with it, so I don't know if it actually does anything. Oh, it just moved. I don't know what that's for. Is that a lock? Oh, wow. I never used that function, so apparently it's a lock to keep it locked. That's smart, because it is kind of annoying that it opens in the bag. This is 3/32. I guess that's the biggest we want in that jaw. Yeah, 24 to 10 gauge. Oh, it says 24 to 10 gauge on this side. It says 12 to 20 on that side. So anyways, oh, it's got a little ruler. I've never used these features. I just strip it and go. But this tool right here has made me some money. My socket set, of course, from Milwaukee. and a couple of add-ons that I put in there. Oh, this little ratchet, this will fit all these things. So in really tight spaces, when you got to put something in there, it's got tight. That's a great little tool. This is a Craftsman CMHT68008. So it's got a 1/4 inch size. This is a 1/4 inch size too. But this is the CMHT68008. Actually, shoot, it might be CMHT 88008 is what size this is. Wobble head 3/8 for the impact driver extension, 1/4 inch extension with the wobble head. Oh, the locking 1/4 inch hex drive. There you go, 3/8 extension for the impact driver. Here we go, 1/2 inch wobble head for the impact driver with some, apparently some sheetrock material. What's it called? Tape and mud on there. So, oh, here's a 1/4 inch extension. This is heavy duty. Oh, this is a Nyko impact CR-V. So this is a good impact driver. Now I buy these because the Harbor Freight tool versions work really well, but sometimes they'll break. That's a 1/2 inch Nyko, Neiko as well. Anyways, those are my tools. This is a router bit for doors, square inch, a bunch of 25 Torx because that's all I use when I'm building stuff. I try not to use crosshead screws. They just strip and waste my time. But anyways, going back in the backpack now. I know there's one more tool that I put down in here. I bought these tools right here. God, they drive me nuts. These are Cobalt locking. They don't work. This is already stripping and wobbles and it just moves. I haven't tried to use this one, but I'm guessing that it'll work well enough. Oh, look at that. A magnet wristband. Great for screws and putting together decks and sheetrock and stuff. Oh my gosh, look at this drill bit. It's probably a $10 drill bit just hanging out there. Just a bunch of oh, here it is. This is what I needed to put away. That Milwaukee knife. 18-22 1985. 1822 boom. Push the little button, slice it open. This trick right here moves. I'm done. Done any things that need to go in my toolbox. That's it. Bye.